just love. So before the light, hold me again with all of your might in the still of the night.
Still of the night. Shoo up, 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 shoo up.
So before the light, hold me again with all of your might in the still of the night.
Still of the night. Shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-wah, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-wah, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-wah. Shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-doo, shoo-doop, shoo-be-wah.
In the still of the night.
I thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I adored. You don't seem to know, seem to care what your heart is for. But I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. Our conversation has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. So I guess the fortune teller's right. Should have seen just what was there and not some holy light. But you crawled beneath my veins and now I don't care. I have no luck, I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things that I can't touch, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky Whoa, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah, lonely rivers sigh, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Whoa, my love, my darling, I've hungered, hungered for your touch a long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me.
Hey, hey, that was Emily Lengi. I don't remember where she's from. She's from the Middle East, actually. Um, Real talent. Anyway, anybody wants a link? There's 4 concurrent viewers. I have no idea who you are, friend or foe, but just checking in. Don't know how long I'll be on. It kind of depends upon, all of you. If you have something better to do. Sammy Activity, welcome. Good to have you here. Anyway, it's been pretty crazy on the internet. I think we'd all agree. um, Love listening to the piano. Yeah, I really do too. I really miss my opportunity to learn the piano. I learned the drums a little bit, but I should have learned the piano. I can play chopsticks. That's about it. But that would be the instrument of my choice, or maybe the violin. I guess that's really hard to learn. Yeah, Janie, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just here to shoot the breeze and shoot the shit, whichever people want. And I don't go live too often anymore, and so I just thought I would tonight. Um, I'm really, I have a lot of hope in young people today, and there's a lot of wonderful music. I subscribe to YouTube Premium, and they connected to a lot of the younger musicians, and there are just some wonderful ones out there. And there's a lot of good talent. I'm just so happy to see that, unfold. So anyway, yeah, does anybody want to come up on panel? Let me know. I can send you a link. I use a little different, it's an Australian program called VMix, VMIX. It's a little different, but it's really quite simple. So if a person wanted to, come up and talk on panel, feel free. You're certainly welcome to do that. Otherwise, I'm not sure what direction to go on this. The highways and byways of YouTube and the community that many of us rub shoulders in is not doing as well as we would probably like. Certainly entertaining, but in a train wreck kind of way. So your daughter plays the piano. Yeah, that's one. My mom used to. She died when I was very young, but yeah. In fact, she played with Lawrence Welk, who I don't know if anybody remembers Lawrence Welk, but he was pretty big back in the day. He came out of South Dakota, and we were in Nebraska, and they were friends. But Janie says, I like the older musicians. Oh, yeah, they're really and hugely and important musicians for sure. Yeah. I kind of cut my teeth on, 50s and 60s music and not so much the classics like that, but I've had friends that absolutely that's all there is. That's what music is for them. And yeah, I think if a person were to really go into music as a career, as a matter of fact, the first young talent, I think she's 18 or 9. No, she's 20 years old now. Beatrice um, Floria. She's from Romania. You might have missed that. She did the first song on here. Yeah, she's actually entering med school, but she's a professional musician as well. She's only like 20 years old, and she's already done so much with her life. But that gives me hope in this world. She's wonderfully talented, and people who are very active and engaged in life and contributing and doing something really positive. It's wonderful. What we need now today, I think, is creativity, and music is certainly one of the most important ways that we get that. So, oh, Zebra Cake, take back. Hope I'm pronouncing all that right. Welcome, baby mama Nicole. Oh, that's all one word. That's a long. It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's a long YouTube channel. Kind of off topic, but I looked up the other day. Let's see, what did you say here? I get the chills when I hear certain songs. There's something to it. Yeah, I think so. Music, when I was in a religious community, we used to, I forget who said it, maybe it was St. Augustine or somebody, when you sing, you pray twice because you use language. The music has lyrics, but it has something beyond that, which I think is what touches our soul and beyond. Yeah, and allows us to reach each other in really inspiring and beautiful ways. Yeah, I mean, this gal, Florence, I should say, Beatrice Floria, who's entering med school. I'd hate to lose her as a music talent and the gift she has in that, but maybe she'd be able to maintain it, both of them. But what wonderful aspirations that she has. Yeah, one of the songs, in fact, the last one was Emily Lingy. Um, and her family lives, I'm trying to think of uh, the city in the Middle East, kind of an indoor city, you know, right now it's 115 degrees, but um, she, I think her family's from Norway, and I don't know how they ended up where they are. I think her dad must work in the oil industry or construction or something. But what a wonderfully talented young artist. She sang Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers. That was the one that, but I thought just did a great rendition of it. It was just very inspiring. And she hits those high notes, you know. I think of the original Righteous Brother who did that and sang it alone. He didn't sing it with his other partner, but he's a, what do they call it? Uh, contra tenor, I think it's called, which is the highest notes that any male can hit. And wow, she really hits the high alto notes, that's for sure. Yeah, I do too, Janie. I can appreciate pretty much all forms of music. When I studied over in Belgium, I got kind of an introduction to European music and really began to appreciate that, especially French music. And but you know, really, just I'm eclectic or what have you. To I'm open to learning about all the different types of music. So let's see. Oh, Sammy, your daughter is taking the MCAT in January. See what she ends up. Wow, that's wonderful. I hope she does really well. Um, you know, and sometimes it's like I suppose in law school, you know, you might have to make a couple runs at it, uh, but you know, it would be so wonderful to have people who not only have those gifts, but have, you know, the gifts that are internal as well for really compassionate caring of, you know, in a skilled helper profession that medicine is. It's so important. So anyway, is my volume okay? I should have asked. I hope you can all hear me. And I'm hearing you guys in your comments loud and clear. So Jane says, I need to go back to bed. Let's see, but I will be listening as I fall asleep. Good. I have been known to help people fall asleep, so I'm sure I can help with that. And if I don't do a good job, I'll play some music in between. I've got some other lined up here. What I usually do is I play them ahead of time in an unlisted stream and see if I get any, you know, blocks from different countries. It's funny because when Russia invaded Ukraine, a lot of music is blocked for Russia now. And so it's an issue. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. Good. Good. Thank you for both of you. Yeah. Well, Janie, get some good rest. You know, I probably had a short night myself last night. I won't be up too late. Being retired, I can kind of just decide what the timing will be in terms of rising and the sun setting in my life. But you know, sometimes I feel inspired later in the evening. I don't know. I've heard other people feel the same, you know, and so that's why I do some writing. I like to write. And I'll do that 1 or 2 in the morning sometimes, or I'll be listening to music and just let that kind of flow through my soul and see what comes out. Good. I'm glad it's sounding good. I don't know if my background's a little bit bright. Let's see if that tones it down a little bit. I guess it's okay. If anybody has any area of conversation or topic you want to go off in, whatever direction that is, feel free. I'm not really big into drama so much anymore. I don't know, it just seemed like a road to nowhere. But we just make life, to me, I was talking to a good friend earlier, is incremental steps of just trying to be a better human being until we're done here. And if we can make a good example of that, perhaps it'll be a benefit to someone else as well. We do that for each other in whatever ways we can, whatever gifts we have. So anyway, if anybody has something they'd like to talk about. Sammy says, yes, all these YouTube streets are a mess. Seems to be worse than ever. I really agree with you. I'd sure like to see a change for the better. Yeah, I've had long conversations with a good friend who has a lot of insight, and she has helped me immensely. You know what she's done for me, and here I am, an old guy, but she has helped me understand women. You'd think I would kind of figured it out, but no, but I'm better now. I think I have a little better grasp. And I'm sure women say things, I can't figure these guys out, and that's probably true as well. But I suppose, and that's what we were talking about too. We can only set an example. And if it's helpful to someone, fine. If it's not, that's fine as well. Change happens when we each individually decide to incorporate that change, cultivate it, whatever you want to call it. And, I do think we make change, but it's usually very small. My word for that would be incremental, just little by little, sometimes so little we don't see it. But you know what? Yeah, we get older and change seems to come slower. Sammy says, I started watching TC. But let me see who's TC. Yike! I should know. Help me with that if you don't mind. TC. True crime is not a channel. I was thinking of what channel name starts with TC. True crime. The Grifters Night Community is awful, especially using missing children. Yeah, that's a hugely important issue that we have to kind of look at and see whether we can do this better. I've heard a lot of true crime people call out each other, but and then there are people, thank you. Yeah, true crime. Some people are, calling out true crime people for grifting, and then other people are calling out the people calling them out. Isn't that ironic? There are people who make a good living on there, which I don't object to. It's none of my business, but as long as the families and the children of those who have suffered loss, the trauma of a missing child or a child that has not survived, that's a very difficult one. I wouldn't want to, I personally wouldn't want to see any income derived from that. And if I did, I want to make darn sure it went to the family if I could. I'm not saying people don't have a right, they most certainly do, to make a living. Well, I don't know, not many people make an actual living on here, but supplement what they have. Again, I would say I don't have a problem with that as long as we do it with respect for those who have lost someone or who are struggling to find someone. That's a big issue. Yeah, oh, no problem at all. Yeah, I figure out. Because even though I've been around here 10 years now, I started out in Boyd, and I don't know if I can identify with quite. I never considered myself OG, even though I started in 2014. Uh, I just, there were people around before I got here. And when I got here, I consider them OG. Um, but it is worse now. It was a place that, you know, some people refer to, they threw tomatoes back then, and now they're throwing really daggers of personal assault. You know, it just pretty horrific what's going on. I've enjoyed nonsense. She calls it out, especially. You know, I've heard that name. I'm trying to think. Her title or her YouTube channel is it's more than nonsense, right? That's part of it. And I'm just brand new to whoever that is because I think I know who you're talking about. She calls it out, especially those creators who are putting out misinformation. Yeah, right. You know, I mean, we all get it. If you want to have numbers, then you got to be controversial. But you pay a price. You know, are we willing to compromise moral integrity or what's the other word for that? Ascendancy. And it's a big price to pay for our ego or for money. And I'll be perfectly honest, you know, we all go live. We wouldn't be honest if we didn't say it strokes our ego a little bit. We can say, well, you know, humbly, I'd like to be of some help to the community. And I do think that is possible. It's true, but I'm not sure we always succeed at that. I know I don't. When I first came here, I was so amazed at the people who are, especially on YouTube, maybe they have a gift with plumbing or framing, carpentry, whatever it is. And then you look stuff up and you go, yeah, I got a little problem in that area. And they tell you how to do it. You know, I was looking up something for my furnace and I ended up calling the guy and he walked me right through it. And you know what? He says, are you kind of a do-it-yourselfer? I said, I will try to be. And by golly, after he kind of gave me the step-by-step, I went downstairs and got into the furnace and just what he said to do, and it worked. But that's what attracted me, one of the things, not the only thing. And now it's in some of the communities, it's a free-for-all. Yeah, real sad situation that we're dealing with. People say, oh, well, you know, it's just YouTube. Don't take it personal. Well, you know, YouTube is actually real. There are real human beings. There may be some AI among us, but for the most part, real human beings are behind every microphone and every keyboard. And real feelings are getting hurt. And some people are taking it to the next level. And I wish they wouldn't do that. I think we have to keep our level heads among us. And, you know, one skill I think it would really pay off would be learning about conflict resolution. That's something would be very, very useful because people just oftentimes, you know, they don't know how to deal with conflict and they fly off the handle. Sammy said, I changed the fan in my car because of YouTube. That's how I started here, the fan. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot we can do if we have, you know, a skilled helper to take us step by step through. We can really do it. You know, like there's a person that I haven't seen in a long time. His name's Hanner. He has walked me through an amazing thing. Oh, hey, Hunter, there you are. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it's good to see you, Hunter. I'm glad you're here. But, you know, people have something to offer. I think every one of us does. And if we can find out what that is and share that gift and, you know, add something to the community, that's wonderful. So, yeah. Hey, when you get tired of looking at my face, I can put up, let's see, what else can I put up here? Because, you know, it's tiring. Believe me, it's tiring. Let's see. Oh my God, I got a lot of songs ready to go. Let's see. I could also put up this. That's the please stand by thing. That's kind of boring. Oh, you know what I could do? Here's the inside of my house. This is actually what I'm looking at right now. That's my projector on it's on the wall. And then everybody knows I like LED lighting. So that's actually what I'm looking straight forward at. That would be my view. And then the other thing I got cameras focused on two different things. This one is as I look to my left, and it's toward my dining room. And then I've got LEDs up above there. I forget what they call the particular program it's running right now. Whatever it's called. But they're known as Nanoleaf. I think it's a Canadian company. So anyway, let's see. Let me get back to where I was. There we are. Hey, everyone. Yeah, I've got two. Let's see. I've got a camera on me, which you can see. I'm waving at you right now. And then I've got a camera facing where I'm looking, which you saw, and then one to the left. So there's three cameras, basically. There's no limit to the number of cameras you can use with this program, which I absolutely love. It's an Australian software called vMix. It's just your resources. You have to, if you have enough resources in your computer, you can run a lot. But so let's see. Yeah, where's my dog? Fluffy, where are you? She's kind of been outside because it was a warm one today, which I was hoping for because I did driveway work. I got like 8 cameras outdoors. I could show you my driveway, but uh, I probably should. Anyway, yeah, it's dry to walk on, but it's setting up to drive on. And I think it's probably getting close. It changes color, blacktop does, from a dark to more of a gray. And when it turns gray, you're pretty well ready to go to drive on. See, Sammy says, I bought a laptop 2 months ago, still sitting in a box waiting for my daughter to help me set it up. Thank God for young people, and they're tech savvy, aren't they? Boy, that is, they really know. It just like, I don't know if it's from early on. It just seems like they've inherited the techno gene. And I'm terrible with cell phones. I'm not really that savvy at all. With my desktop, I'm pretty good with software. I built some computers, but I'm not, like a young person would just, it'd be like water off a duck's back. So they know what they're doing. Yeah, laptop probably is the way to go. A friend of mine got one recently and was real happy with that because, minimum amount of space. My desktop is like 80 pounds. And when it came in, it had a problem and I had to send it back. I got it from Florida. Imagine 80 pounds going through, well, with the boxing and everything, it was around 100 actually. And the UPS guy was not happy with me having to come and pick it up again. And then it finally, they fixed what was wrong and sent it back. Yeah, they're on top of technology for sure. So, well, Hannah, how's your life been? What's been going on? I don't really get around too much to some of the live streams. I just we're kind of coming around the home stretch for an election, and I try to stay out of all the political chats and a lot of people are. I'm kind of an independent thinker, independent voter. I'm just looking for good people, and that's really hard to find. But yeah, political chats I would try to avoid. I have my views, but I don't I'm not interested in changing anybody else's opinion. I just share my own, and that's it. All good there? Good, good. Yeah. My latest video is really long, but I don't think I take a syllable out of it. It had to do with Christian nationalism, which I think is really important. That really does have something to do with politics, but and then that's why I did it, because it really shouldn't. I just looked up today the National Council of Churches, and that is a big long list of churches that belong to the National Council. Um, are very much concerned about Christian nationalism. Anyway, but I did almost a 30-minute video, and I'd like to keep my videos under 5 minutes. I never do, but well, maybe once in a great while. But there's a lot to be said about it, and I'm not sure I could have shortened it without leaving something important out. I probably could have. But anyway, so if anybody wants a link, happy to send one out. If someone wants to jump up on panel and shoot the breeze a little bit, you're welcome. Just let me know. I always forget to say that. I don't want to be a talking head, but yeah, Sammy, good talking with you too. Oh, got to get the pups their meds. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, that's wonderful. I'm a dog person. Absolutely love dogs. I love cats as well. Thank you, and you too. Speaking of cats, I was out working in the front yard where the water meter, the water meter is. Most houses, I suppose, have it somewhere in the front toward the street. And all of a sudden, this beautiful cat comes out of a bush and walks right up to me. I'm like kind of on the ground like a large animal, I guess, and had absolutely no fear. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. And rubbed itself up, how cats rub their head against you. And so I didn't know what her name was, but I was petting her and talking to her, and wow, she was so friendly. She looked kind of youngish, but not a kitten. Very, healthy and human friendly. Didn't have any mistrust at all. But we have a lot of rabbits here, and we have, unfortunately, some coyotes that'll walk down the middle of the street from time to time as well. That's when you worry about your small pets. I've got a big green belt in the back behind across the road from my backyard, and there's a lot of animals back there. I don't think there's any wolves, but there's certainly a lot of coyotes back there, among other things, little creatures. So. Yeah, cats are amazing. I've had a number of cats. I'm actually divorced, but when my wife and we had, I think I'm into animals, but man, she was just big time, overtime in animals. We had, at the height of our acquisition, and her dad kind of, because he had a kind of an acreage and raised chickens and had all kinds of things, pigs and whatnot. They had a lot of feral animals, and so we adopted cats, and I think we had probably, I'm going to guess, 7 cats and maybe 4 or 5 dogs. That was maximum. Yeah, I don't think it was probably legal in the city, but we had them. And we had a good enough sized house, but it was always interesting. But cats, they just kind of maintain themselves, and when they want to be around you, they will come around. But dogs are so needy. But the cats, yeah, they just kind of say, "Hey, I got this," Don't worry about me. Yeah, I might play a song. One of these days I might get daring and sing a song, but we'll have to see. Let's see. Which one? Okay, do you want to hear? I can actually give you some honor. It may be just you and me. It says there's 3 concurrent, but maybe brave enough to say hello. Just feel free to tell me what song you want to hear. I've got Playing for Change, which is an awesome organization. They go all over the world and incorporate music to help in the development of poorer countries. You know, and their song, and the one I got lined up here, is called Teach Your Children. Then I got Rod Stewart. I don't want to talk about it. Got that one. What else? One that I really like, a Canadian group, April 1, you Won't Dance With Me. But it's done with, they incorporated this song blended into an old musical. I'm trying to think of what the name of it was. Not South Pacific, but Fred Astaire's in it. And see, then I got Unchained. Oh, no, wait, this is the violin with Karolina Prochenko, the Ukrainian violinist. I think she's a child prodigy, but she's not. I think she's 17 now, 18, somewhere around. Then I got Regina Spektor, a Russian Jewish woman born in New York, and she is an extraordinary, unique talent. A lot of you, her song I have lined up here is called How, one of my favorites. Let's see. I'm going to play the theme song of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Let's see. Oh, I got a whole bunch of them lined up with Karolina Prochenko. Did I play all these? Let me see. I may have one more. Oh, this is Stand By Me. Why don't I play this? Just for the hell of it. This is Beatrice Floria and her group. I hope you can hear that. Let me know if you can't hear it. Oh, the Canadian song. Yeah. Okay. Hey. All right. Let me get that lined up here. The Canadian one. Here we go.
Believe that it's true. And when we fool around, you always put me down. Now what am I supposed to do when you won't dance with me? And you won't hold hands with me. And that's not the way to be. Girl, you're treating me bad. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what I have to say. What I have to say. And I hope you understand. And I hope you understand. But Jill told Fred. But Jill told Fred. You wish I'd dropped dead. You wish I'd dropped dead. Now what am I going to do when you won't dance with me? And you won't hold hands with me. And that's not the way seems that you don't care. And when we're at school, you say I'm a fool. Why must you treat me so unfair? And you won't dance with me, and you won't hold hands with me, and that's not the way to be. Girl, you're treating me bad. So why should I bother to try? And why should I cry when you don't want my love? When you don't want my
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I didn't know he passed on. I mean, wow, so many have shorter lifespan, I would say, than factory workers for whatever reasons. But yeah, these artists are uh, so talented. You just hate to see it cut so short. Who was it? Neil Diamond and who's the lead singer of the Stone Ponies? What was her name? Both of them were dealing with Parkinson. Uh, Linda Ronstadt. Yeah, those two. Yeah, they're still young enough. I mean, the voice does kind of, get a little shakier and whatnot as we get older, but um, yeah, it really cut them completely out from being able to do concerts or singing at all. So, well, what a great loss. They just because that has been an expression for them uh, for much of their lives. Yeah. Well, let's see. I don't know, people, I'm kind of an alternative channel. I'm not usually talking about a lot of drama at all. And so I don't get numbers. When we were going through the whole thing with St. Jude 1.0 in the Boyd back 4 or 5 years ago, um, and that wasn't really anything I wanted to do by design, but it just happened. And then it got called out, and I think good that we were able to resolve it. It was very painful, but numbers were much higher. But that's what people seem to want. They're interested in entertainment and it's the kind where um, tragedy is involved. It's sad. There's also, I think, a good part of life that we shouldn't forget that, and just put aside because a lot of the negative really brings a lot of stress along with it. And I don't think that we're designed to have negativity and stress 24/7. We haven't evolved that way. We you only had to run from dinosaurs maybe once a day, but some folks are 24/7 knee deep into all the drama BS. Kind of sad. So are you, Hunter, are you saying he was 81 years old when he died? Is that right? Uh, I'm just assuming that might be his age. But that sounds like it might be about right. I don't know if you're Canadian. A lot of people don't remember a lot of the Canadian groups. I lived up there for a number of years. I was in a religious order in Canada. Oh, released in 81. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's particular song that we heard, You Won't Dance With Me. I'd have to Google it, but I think that came out sometime in the 70s. But let's see, Alexa, what year did You Won't Dance With Me come out?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, you're not sure about that? Okay, well, let me turn to Google. And see what Google says. Okay, April 1. Do. 1976. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. I should have kind of equated that with different things that were going on at the time in my life, because you know how music does that? You go, oh yeah, that song takes me back to what was happening, and it does actually. Yeah, 76. Yep. I was in Edmonton, Alberta in 1976. And so was Wayne Gretzky. I believe he was, I'm probably getting my ears thrown around there. I might play that last song, the one I started before, which was kind of the newer, younger artists that I think they just have such wonderful talent. And it's Stand By Me, but it's done in kind of, it looks like a music school. I'm not really sure. But it's a cover. Actually, it's Beatrice Fleury is kind of the lead singer of a group called Shut Up and Kiss Me. And it's by Stand By Me. She's actually been singing since she was age 5. She's from Romania, the one that wants to go to med school. In fact, I think may have started med school or will be this fall. That would be fairly soon. So anyway, here's
We're gonna sing this song.
Stand By Me.
Here we go. Oh, when the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, 1, 2, 3, won't you stand by me? I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me.
Yeah, that is a good cover they did to a classic. So, anywho, hey, I'll do one little quick educational thing here. This is I call it a mini movie I put together on evolution, and it runs for like 30 seconds. So tell me what you think. Here, let's see. Here we go. I'm not hear- I'm not hearing the sound, are you? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Okay, I can do that again. It helps when you have the sound going. Here we go. Yeah, so there you go. A short 30-second, interjection of quantum physics inside subatomic particles as future human consciousness. There are more than 400 cover versions and notes that the words hark back, uh, to the Psalms. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, tell me more. That that's amazing. I was thinking that song. Who was the original artist? Let's see, was it Hallelujah? Hallelujah, spelled with the H, I think. And a lot of different people have covered that. And that covers two biblical songs, or two biblical books in scripture. One with Samson, the story of Samson and Delilah, and then the other with King David and his infidelity with Bathsheba. And really a fascinating, amazing song. I can't think of the guy who originally did that song called Hallelujah, but 400 versions. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Hunter, there's 150 Psalms, I'm sure you know. And um, back when Christianity was just getting its foothold with the people, because most people back in the day were illiterate; they couldn't read and write, and most people didn't have their own Bible either. And the Psalms were something that were only prayed by the monks in monasteries who were privileged to have the ability to read and write, or the elite. But the average person was taught, they knew there were 150 Psalms. They couldn't read them even if they had a copy in front of them. But so what they were taught was one prayer called the Ave in Latin, which would be equivalent of Hail Mary, and 150 Hail Marys in Roman Catholic, what's called the Rosary. And so what they did was they would put 150 stones, little tiny pebbles, in their pocket at the start of a day, and because there's 150 psalms, and they would take one little pebble out. They would pray that Ave, that Hail Mary, full of grace, which is from the Gospel of Luke primarily. The Lord is with you. The angel Gabriel is speaking to Mary. That she is full of grace. She is carrying a child, Jesus. And then as their day went on, they would keep praying that same prayer. And by the time they were done, they had prayed 150. 150 stones had been moved from one side to the other, pocket to the other. And they felt as if they had prayed those psalms with the monks in the monastery. It was a way of kind of helping the average Christian to feel connected to God's word, because for the most part they were not able to read it, and that's why memory was so important to the Jews. They passed on the great stories of faith strictly by memory. So when they were talking about what Jesus had to say, they would tell the parables, and they were simply taught by storytelling, which came from one person to another verbally. They just auditory, auricular. They would hear it, and that would be the way they would learn it. So they had to have a mind for memory, which they did. But I just thought that little interesting sidetrack with the Psalms of what people had to do. So anyway, not that it was interesting, but it is historically. That's how the Rosary got a footing. It was helping people understand the Psalms and pray the Psalms, or feel they were, that type of thing. Well, I might play one more. There's not a lot of people here, but one more song, and then I'll close up for the night. It's I'm in the Seattle area, and it's 11:08, I guess, and so this will get me to 11:15 or whatever. I just got to figure out which one. I don't think you want to hear the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Let's see. We could play. Oh, stop. Let's see here. What do we got? I got a lot of them of Carolina Protsenko. One that I haven't played is Regina Spektor. She was someone that I liked for years, and I haven't really played her much lately. So maybe I'll put her up here. This is called How.
How can I forget your love? How can I never see you again? There is a time and place for one more sweet embrace, and there's a time, when it all went wrong. I guess you know by now that we will meet again somehow. Oh, baby, how can I begin again? How can I try to love someone new, someone who isn't you? How can I love the truth when I'm not over you? I guess you know by now that we will meet again somehow. Time can come and take away the pain, but I just want my memories to remain, to hear your voice, to see your face. There's not one moment I'd erase. You are a guest here now. So baby, how can I forget your to hear your voice, to see your face. There's not one moment I'd erase. You are a guest here now. So baby, how can I forget your love? How can I never see you again?
Okay, well, that really is a nice send off. I hope anyone trying to fall asleep, that would be kind of a, you know, a gentle, sort of inspiring song to do that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not into rap. Actually, there are a few. I can't say that I'm not entirely, but there are a few. Or maybe it's it's not rap per se. Maybe it is. I don't know. Hip hop. There's some hip hop songs that I like. Anyway, so Hannah, thanks for being here, and anybody else who may be watching, appreciate. And you guys, until next time, have a good evening.